Once we get to 1K, I'm gonna live stream going to church. So I need you guys to share that YT page, watch those long form videos because I'm enjoying making them. Praise be to the Coven, praise be to He. What brings you in the live?
What brings me into the live is you say God is evil, and I'm curious on why you think He is evil.
Because every time He showed up in the Bible, someone was getting yeeted, primarily children. And I think that's really wrong.
Okay, I'm not sure if it's primarily children. Okay, so if you actually understand the Bible, that there are consequences for our actions, especially the Old Testament, that if you do not according to what is good, that there is consequences behind your actions.
But don't you believe in free will?
Well, sure, we all have free will, yes.
But if there's consequences for our actions and God doesn't allow us to continue to sin, that's not free will.
No, ma'am. God allows us to sin. That is free will.
But no, He doesn't, because you just said when He's unaliving people in the Bible, He was just being a righteous judge. I have an example if you want me to do an example.
Sure. Anything you want.
2 Kings 2:23-24, Elijah was walking to a place to preach the gospel, and as he was walking along the road, these little boys came out and started jeering at Elijah, saying, "Get out of here, Baldy, get out of here, Baldy, you have a bald head." And he got his feelings hurt, so he called a curse in the name of the Lord. 2 bears came and mauled 42 boys. And then Elijah went on his way. And so there was no God warning. There was no, hey, be nice. Like, don't make fun of my prophet. It was literally like, oh, they're making fun of you? Don't worry. I got you. Boom. Done.
Okay. The only way I can explain myself is that you say that God is evil. No, God is not. God punishes us for what we do and how we show ourselves another person. If we're mean to somebody else or really like very bad to somebody else, then He will punish us for that reason. He is not evil.
Not free will. We should be able to have the free will to make a choice if we want to make fun of somebody.
But we do have that free will. Just because we have that free will to make fun of somebody doesn't mean that there's not somebody else that's going to come to us and say, hey, you can't do that. We have that free will. That doesn't mean that somebody else can't come to me and say, hey,
it's not,
you know what? I don't like you doing that.
It's not free will if God intervenes. If He says, no, you are not allowed to continue to do this, that's not free will. And it's the same reason why I argue we have people walking into with a pew in a school. Why doesn't, if He knows that they've been thinking about it for months and months and months?
Because it's free will. He gives them the free will to do that.
He didn't give the boys free will. They made fun of the man of God, and he got so angry that he unalived 42 boys. And then the guy that's been contemplating.
But that was after the fact. He gave them free will first. The free will could be in the mind to think it. Free will doesn't mean you have to go.
It's in their mind for months, if not years. Why doesn't God intervene with those people knowing that they're thinking about
it's free will? If somebody has,
am I going crazy?
Hold on. If somebody has free will, okay, listen. So if somebody has free will, that doesn't mean
But it is. What?
But you don't. It doesn't mean that you stop somebody before they do their free will. You have free will of your mind, your spirit, and everything to do what you're going to do. That doesn't mean you're going to stop them
you have to realize
because you know everything.
People walk into a school, a lot of times they'll write up to like a 10-page document, putting into detail where they're going, what they're going to use, how it's going to happen. They'll do it in writing. They'll spend weeks writing 10 to 100 to 300 pages worth of what's going to happen.
Okay, that's part of free will.
Watching them,
that's part of free will.
Yeah, but like God says, if you If you think HATE in your heart, you've committed unaliving. Obviously, if these people are writing hundreds of pages worth of ideas of how they're going to harm people, that is committing a sin because it's in their heart already. So
Okay,
God
listen.
could intervene there.
Okay, but he does intervene there. If you read the scriptures, he intervenes right there. What he does is give you free will to do it. And once
Why?
you
What the
hold on,
heck?
hold on, let
What
me speak.
causes?
Once he
What
does
the heck
that free,
causes an unaliving punishment for
okay, you
somebody
gotta let me
being
speak.
tased for
You
their
gotta let me speak,
hair?
madam.
For
Madam,
their
you gotta
hair,
let me
and then
speak.
somebody walking into a school, you're connecting those as like the same offense. Are you okay?
Madam, you gotta let me speak. And yes, I'm perfectly fine.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Okay, now, I need to see your face and your eyes. There you go. Okay, so listen, God gives us free will to do what we're going to do. Okay? When we decide to go and do something negative, he's going to let us do that. That is where heaven and hell comes into play. Okay? Well, why would you leave?
I'm right here.
I mean, eye to
I'm
eye.
I'm
Come
right
on,
here. I'm
come
just
on.
grabbing my charger.
Face to face, eye to eye. Okay. Now, when the good Lord, okay, when we do something wrong, he lets us think it. He lets us act. He lets us act it out. It isn't until we do it. That depends on whether we are able to go to heaven or hell. I'm not saying that that's where we're going to go because he forgives us for things, but that is something that when our spirit resides with him, then he can judge us upon that. You understand what I'm saying?
No. I do understand what you're saying. That's wild. That is wild. You're like, yeah, of course God's gonna unalive 42 young boys. They shouldn't have been
No, I'm
teasing
not
that
saying
man.
that he's going.
Do
No, it was not,
tease that man.
madam.
Do not tease that man.
Madam, it was not God that unalived them. It was the person that did it. It was not God. Okay, no.
No,
God
let's read
did
the
not
scripture.
do it,
No, let's
madam.
read the scripture. Let's read the scripture.
Listen,
We're not just
no. Don't you quote scripture on me because scripture's not
You
everything.
do not read the Bible in front of me. I'm anti-Bible. I'm anti-Bible. You do not
Ma'am?
read the Bible to me. What the
Ma'am,
what?
you can be
You're the
anti-Bible.
flavor.
Ma'am, you can be anti-Bible, but until you experience the real
No,
thing, you will not
I'm
understand.
saying that's you. I'm pretending to be you. You're like anti-Bible. Do not read it to me. That's funny. That's
How can you pretend to be me and you don't even know me? Come on, really? That's
wait.
like
Okay,
I want to pretend
wait.
like I'm God and I'm not.
We're
God.
gonna do a prediction. Chosen one, thank you for the heart. We're gonna do a prediction. Okay. Let's do a little test. I have a feeling I know what you're gonna. I know what you're gonna do
Oh
next.
my gosh, you
I know
don't.
what you're gonna say next. I know what you're gonna say next.
Okay. Get back in the camera. Come on, stop leaving. You can smoke your pot later. Come on. It seems like they always want to leave and everything else. Come on. Thank you. Eye to eye. There you go.
Chat, we got him. Chat, we got him. We got him, chat. Clocked it. Boom.
Hold on. Let me ask you a serious question so I can address you. Listen, so I can address you by your name. What's your name?
I'm born again. Oh, born again atheist is my full name.
I'm not going to call you born again. What is your name that I can call you, like Janet or Juicy or whatever you want to call yourself? Besides,
why would you suggest Juicy?
What's your real name? Alice.
Why would Juicy come to mind?
What is your real name so I can talk to you by your real name?
Why was Juicy
when I talk to somebody,
the name that came to your mind? That's not even a person name.
Because you don't have. What's your name? Okay, Alice, Gracie, Elizabeth. What is your real name? So I can talk to you by your real name. So I can say, "Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, stop right there."
Why would you say juicy? You're making my dog freak out. Why did you say juicy?
You're on one little
Are you
freaking
married?
minute. I am married.
I
Very
don't think
much
your wife
so.
would appreciate you calling another woman juicy. Wait.
I'm not calling you
Wait.
juicy.
Sorry,
I'm
jump
not
scare.
calling. Listen, I'm not calling you juicy because a lot of you people like to say other names besides what your real name is. If you don't want to say your real name,
Yeah,
that's
but that was
fine.
weird that that was the first one to come to your head. I don't think your wife would appreciate
No,
you
that
calling
wasn't the
another woman
first
in
thing.
such a
That
dog
was like
way.
maybe the third thing that I said. Exactly. It was like a nickname.
But that's
Taylor.
what I'm
Exactly,
saying. I don't
Taylor.
think your wife would appreciate you calling another woman a nickname like that.
Like, why? I mean, like, she doesn't think she knows that I'm not like that. It's just something that people
I'm sorry.
I
My
hear a lot of
fiance
like
just call
juicy. I
other
hear a
women
lot.
comments like that.
Okay, I'm not quite sure where you're trying to go with that. That's dumb. Let's talk about something that really means here. You say God is evil.
So
My
you come
my
up
wife will be
here,
home in half hour. We'll
calling
ask her.
another woman juicy, which is a very strange nickname, and you demand that I look you in the eye. I don't know if your wife would appreciate that.
Okay, see, that's where you're trying to go with that. That's just come on, that's ridiculous. You know what I mean?
I mean,
That is
I
that
quite
is that
frequently
something to
do.
say because you have nothing against what the good Lord our God is really favorable of us? Like come on. What do you mean juicy and my wife and all that? Come on, get out of here with this.
You said it. I did not tell you to call me that.
Okay,
You.
what's your real name? Okay, let's forget. What's your real name so I
So
could
what's
say,
your
"Hey,
name so I can address you? Is it Juicy?
my name is Jeffrey. What's your name?"
Born again. Or
What?
the born again atheist. Or if you need an acronym because you're scared, you can just say BAA.
So, so, so you're claiming that your name is Born Again.
Born again atheist, but yeah, people call me born again for sure.
Oh, so you're claiming that your name is Born in Atheist?
Born
That's
again,
your name?
born again atheist, BAA.
Born Again Atheist. That's your name?
Born again Juicy's crazy.
Like that's your birth name?
Yes. Yeah, my parents, they raised me as a Christian. My parents legally calling me the born again atheist probably wasn't a good idea because it caught up, you know? I eventually became one, so.
So not only are you lying, you're an atheist that is lying right now, right? That's what you're telling me.
I don't know. I mean, my
No,
parents
no,
were
no,
wild.
you do know.
They
You
might have
do,
called me the born
hey,
again atheist.
I'm pretty sure that you know where I'm going at, right? You're lying your butt off. You can't even say your name, and you're trying to say that God is not good when God is the most perfect thing in His ways. And listen to this: He is evil at times because of the things that we, as people, that we know that we should not do things, and He does do bad things accordingly to what we do.
Randy,
So when we do things that are wrong and we do things that are bad, he's not going to
yeah.
sit there. Hey, stop worrying about your people and listen. When we
Thank you for the cowboy hat. Praise be to Darren. Praise be to the Dark Lord. Go ahead.
it's not happening, not with you doing all that childish stuff. Stop
What's
being
not?
childish.
What's not happening? I'm taken. I'm engaged, and I'm not interested. Number one, I'm not interested.
I don't care about you being. You got it totally wrong. You done twisted the whole subject. I don't care about you being engaged or you being anything. That's not my. And your smile's not working, okay? And neither are your followers that are saying all bad stuff about me. Listen,
Praise
listen.
be to the Dark Lord. Chosen. Thank you for the gum. Praise be
Okay,
to
so
God.
listen. No, listen. No,
Praise be
let's
to
really talk about it.
Praise be to
Okay.
God.
Have you ever had a situation where something happened and you felt your good Lord presence?
In the past, yeah.
And was it good? Was it bad? What was it?
It was a positive experience when I was in the religion. I thought it was positive.
But okay, I understand what you're saying. But even when you're not in the religion, because religion to me is I'm not with the religion. You know what I mean? Because
Faith, not
I've
Spanish.
experienced religions, and it has not been good. What I have experienced was the natural thing that actually happened, and I've understood different things. So I do understand why people say that God is evil, because I've been there. You know what I mean? Like I've been in bad situations, and it's like, oh man, God is not good. But I've also been in great situations where, like, dang, God is great. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, so for this next part, tell me how God has been good. How has God revealed himself to you? Eh,
How has God revealed Himself to me? So let me tell you, in 2005, I when you come back, I'll tell you.
I'm literally listening.
Okay, when you come back, I'll tell you.
See, why, if you have a wife, why do you need the constant eye
What
contact?
does my wife have to do with this?
Because I don't understand why you need to look into my eyeballs for
Because
you to speak.
I'm a man, and I appreciate looking at people eye to eye. I don't sit there and freaking beat around the bush and want to talk behind their back or whenever they're gone.
You're a man, so you appreciate looking at what?
People, what are you trying to say here? I don't. I'm a man. I like looking people eye to eye and talking to them. Okay, when they get up and leave, I chill until they come back. Duh. Now
Do you
you're
like
starting to act all weird.
do you like looking at other men in the eye?
Yeah, I do. Actually, I do.
Like
Yeah.
really intense. Darren, thank you for covering my eyes. Praise be to Darren. Praise be to the Dark Lord. Please, guys, block my eyes from this eye watcher, please. Okay.
Oh man,
Go
you
ahead.
see, that's that nasty
Cover those eyes,
freaking.
guys. Cover those eyes.
That's the nasty freaking mind that you have. You keep talking about some nasty stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And then
guys,
you
I got
wondering
you.
about my wife. My wife has nothing to do with you.
Oh, I got
What
you.
I'm trying to talk about is you keep talking about God is evil. God isn't evil. God lets us do what we need to do, how we need to do it, and when we need to do it. And when we do it, then He judges us upon what we do. And
I
you
don't care.
people,
Tell me about your God experience. I'm here now. Tell me about your God experience.
yeah, um, well, you're good. Later, because you just keep talking. You're not even
You
listening.
said, I'm going to tell you about my God experience. And then I ran off camera to grab something, but I was still in the same room. And I said, I can hear you. I come back. You said, I need eye contact. And I said, well, you're looking at my eyes. So now tell me about your God
Yeah,
experience.
but you're not listening. You keep
I'm here.
saying
I'm literally
stupid
looking.
stuff.
Look, here. Tell me about your God experience. Go
My
ahead.
God experience is not dealing with you no more.
You said you want to look in my eyes. Here I am. Take a look, buddy. Take a screenshot since you like these eyeballs so dang much. You want to look at them eyes? You get to look at them. Ah! My dog, he reads tarot. Pick a deck. Good job. All right, pick another one, Fluff. This one. This one. Good job. Okay, ready? All right, pick a deck. Good job. Okay, ready? Pick a deck. Yay, Fluff. All right, we're almost done, baby. Pick a deck. Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay. Last three. Yay, Fluff! The aged man.